Ladies and gents, BTL episode 119 piece. Happy Tuesday. Waiting for my co-host to hop on here, Jovan. He's probably got an exam to take. So let's give him 15. It's going to be okay. Bad day yesterday. Forced too many plays. That's on me. That's on me. And shout out Western Illinois for not letting anybody know that their best player was not going to play about a minute before tip. Awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Coach. Really appreciate it, Coach. I was thinking about it yesterday, though. If I was the coach, I wouldn't say shit either, to be honest with you. So how mad can you be? The guy's coaching for his job. He's coaching for his life. He's coaching for his family. If I knew my player wasn't going to play and nobody else knew that, I wouldn't say shit either. So it is what it is. You charge it to the game. You move on. Okay? We're 15-3 on BTL squad rides, and we're coming for revenge today. All right? I trust you guys. I know you're going to click the right button, as you have been doing. Okay? Real quick, can we shout out the Manders? Can we shout out the Manders real quick? Left hand up. Left hand up. Come on now. Come on now. How about the Manders? Nobody expected it. Well, actually, they were pretty public, so some people did expect it. But holy shit, I didn't. Hey, you know what our guy Jovan always says? When a fan of a team thinks their team's going to get destroyed, that's when you bet on them, because that's when they win. And when a fan of a team loves their team and they bet on them, that's when you fade them. That's when you fade them. Because, hey, I said we were going to get stomped yesterday, and we won outright. Unbelievable performance from the defense. Yes, we had some luck go our way with 2 fumbles. I don't give a hoot. We were due for some luck for years, okay? We haven't had a lucky play, a lucky bounce go our way in a decade. I don't give a hoot, all right? We'll take it. We'll take it. If anybody deserves any luck, it's fucking blue-collar Heineke, all right? And can we get my man Heineke some fucking, I don't know, some Stellas or maybe some Heinekens? This dude is pounding fucking Busch Lights on the flights. It's unbelievable. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. This motherfucker had a trash can next to him. Where's he at? He had a trash can next to him, and he was just pounding Busch Lights on the flight home. Absolutely pounding them. That's all they had on the flight for QB1? Busch Lights? God, the disrespect. The disrespect. Heineken. I don't even know how to say that. He's him. Okay? Taylor him Heineke. All right? Himeke. How about it? This guy is unbelievable. Look at this dude. Pounding Busch Lights like a blue-collar worker. Like he just got back from the fucking mine shafts and kicked his feet up after work. And his wife comes over and asks about his day and hands him a nice cold Busch Light. And he crushes it, throws it to the side, drinks another one. Absolute dog. And my guy Chase Young got him right with the chains. Okay? Absolute dog. Hey, I'm not hating on Busch Light. I've had probably 7,000 of them in my life. But that's not a grown-up drink, you know? It's just not. Whoa. It's not a grown-up drink. It's not. So I'm all for it. But how about my guy Heineke? Also, Terry McLaurin, the best player on that field last night was Terry McLaurin. Don't care what anyone says. And if you guys saw the fucking post-game presser of Ron Rivera crying afterwards because his mom just passed away, what a win for him. And what a win for the Manders. And then, you know, Coach Ron Rivera was too upset to talk and give the post-game speech. Understandable. You know who stepped up? Terry McLaurin. And he closed it down. And he broke the huddle. And he's the leader of this team. So he's worth every penny, in my opinion, because not only by just his play, but he's the leader of that team. He'd be the leader of any team he's on. That dude's a fucking dog. He's built different, okay? There's a reason he wears that C on his jersey. So that's the Manders talk for the day. You know you're going to have some of it after a big win when I come on here. Whatever. I don't care. Deal with it, okay? You get 2 minutes of it. You'll be okay, all right? There it is. Tress Way slander. There will be no Tress Way slander. You see my guy Tress Way had that huge flop in the first quarter there. Huge flop. Yeah, I saw it too. Best player on the field. There he is. Boom. He's the real best player. Not Terry McLaurin. It's Tress Way. Straight up. Straight up. Eagles fans absolutely swimming in piss. Yeah, one deep. You know what? I do deserve to talk about the Manders after last night. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you have a moment to hear about the crab whale, ladies and gents? Can I trouble you for a moment to hear about the crab whale? The crab whale that now has legs. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. The crab whale has legs, ladies and gents. Hey, I am not rooting for any injuries. I'm not celebrating injuries. I'm just stating facts, okay? And I'm just clicking buttons, and I hope you guys tail this future straight up. And I wish I could move this fucking icon around the screen, but I can't. I can't move it. It just stays right in the fucking middle. God damn it. DJ Moore, that shit's already fucking paid out, 100%. Breece Hall, unfortunately, because of his injury, already paid out. Cooper Kupp just got put on the IR today. Gosh, I hope he heals and recovers greatly, but not great enough to cash this, okay? But I hope, you know, everything heals correctly and he's okay. But damn, that has life. Cooper Kupp's about to miss the next 4 weeks at least. So that's going to be a sweat, an absolute sweat. And then we've got Carson Wentz down here. And Carson Wentz really shouldn't be seeing the field again. He really shouldn't be seeing the field again. So it's all going to come down to Lamar, who really needs to fucking pick it up. He needs to pick it up and grow the fuck up. Okay? Straight up. Lamar, if you're listening to this, which you're not, figure it out. Okay? I need you being an absolute weapon in the pocket, not a rushing weapon, not an academic weapon. I need you being a fucking passing weapon, QB weapon. Okay? Figure it out, Lamar. Figure it out. Who does the team start, Wentz or Heineke? I mean, that's the easiest question of them all. It's not even a debate. It's not even a debate. Catboys Nick, I can't move the fucking thing. I don't even know why. Why can I not move it to the side? That should be like the easiest UI UX feature they put in here. Whatever. But yeah, it's not even a question who starts when Wentz is back. It's not even a question. Have you guys not noticed the new life this team has when Heineke takes snaps? I don't even know how to explain it. The guy's a winner. He's a winner. And none of our past quarterbacks can say that. He's a winner, okay? and he deserves this job more than anyone else. He does. It doesn't make sense. The guy has a noodle arm. He's small as shit. He went to ODU. The guy was a backup in the XFL. The guy was sleeping on his sister's couch for a year. It doesn't make sense. But you know what? Life doesn't make sense, and sometimes sports don't make sense. And that's why we fucking love it so much, because of stories like this kid. Taylor Heinicke is a fucking legend and deserves all the respect and all the gas he's been getting this season. It's long overdue, because that kid must have worked his fucking ass off to get here when there's QBs like Mahomes who can fucking flick their hand and the ball goes 80 yards down the field. That ain't Heinicke. Nope. Heinicke's got about as strong of an arm as a fifth grade girl. But you know what? He wins football games, and he's got heart, and I'm in. He's my QB1. Fuck you, Carson Wentz. I'm going to throw the jersey out. I'll give it away. Anybody want it? Anybody want it? It was always the commies. Let's fucking go. Let's go. We have a huge show today. Waiting for my guy Jovan to finish his fucking homework so he can hop on here. I know his ass is listening to this. Finish that homework. Turn that in, Jovan. We need to fucking get into the card, okay? We've got Maction. We've got college basketball. We've got NBA. We've got NHL. And you know we're running back that squad ride. We got absolutely cucked on that yesterday. We're running it back today. We're running it back today, all right? We could talk about some of these college basketball games right now. There's a really good game tonight. Kentucky versus Michigan State. Now we're finally starting to get into some of these fucking competitive ranked games. I know Michigan State isn't ranked yet. Don't sleep on the Spartans. Don't let them get hot. Getting 6 points, getting 7 points here at home, it's catching my eye. And I'm excited to dive into this game with our guy Jovan when he gets here. Line opened up at -6.5 for Kentucky. It's at -7 right now with less than half the bets and less than half the handle. So that's a little interesting. Maybe Kentucky rolls in this spot. We need to pick our guy Jovan's brain on this one. I'll tell you what, I got one bet locked in as of right now, and it's a bet you probably should lock in too before you get a worse line. And it's UPenn -1.5 against Drexel's. I like -2. I like -2.5. Whatever you can grab, okay? Jordan Dingle. Remember the name. He should not be playing at UPenn. He should not be playing in the Ivy League. This kid on the road literally turns into Steph Curry. I don't know how to explain it. The dude's an absolute menace, and the line has moved 3 points towards UPenn at this point against an overrated Drexel squad. Penn's going to beat him outright. Whatever number you can grab, I would grab it now before it gets worse, okay? Straight up. Got -1.5 at -120. Great bet. Great bet, my man. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Got Penn at +1 last night. Good shit, boys. Good shit. Yes. Jordan Dingus. Nick, grow up. It's 2.5 everywhere now. Wow. Okay. I still like -2.5. I would grab it before it goes to 3. For a measly unit. No sneak. No sneak. But give me Jordan Dingle. They win this game on the road. UPenn on the road is different. Okay. They're literally the Golden State Warriors. Watch out. Okay. Watch out. Alt spread -9.5. Sure. Krabs and G unit likes UPenn. Good. What he has UPenn today? Good. Okay. Fuck yeah. Another spot I really like is Vanderbilt +2.5 against Temple coming off that big win. Give me Vanderbilt +3.5 on the road. Like that spot too. Like that spot a lot. All right. It's -3 on DK now for UPenn. Jeesh. Let's go. Yeah, Habs. I mean, it could be a great bet. It could still lose by 50. You know, that's how it goes, man. Let's hope it doesn't. But that definitely could be it for sure. You can have the greatest bet, the greatest CLV on earth. And at the end of the day, boys still got to put ball in net. Plain and simple. So, well, that's only, getting the CLV is only part 1. Step 2 is the boys go out there and put ball in net. Okay. What else? What else you guys want to talk about? Fuck, I think I'm getting sick. Kansas tonight, Grady Dick masterclass. Grady Dick is a dog. He's a dog. He's a beast. Eastern Michigan. I'm happy you brought that up. We're taking Bradley today. Hate to say it, but we are. Let me check where these lines are at. We got to take Bradley today. I hate to say it, but why is Amani Bates, after dropping a 30-piece against Michigan, why are they only plus 6.5 here? Why are they only plus 6.5 here? Or 5.5, whatever they are. Why? I don't know. I'm asking you guys. I have no clue. I'm looking to see where the lines are moving right now, guys. Give me a sec. Looks like, oh, there he is.
Yo.
What's up, Beast?
What
How
up?
we doing? Caught me sleeping. I was on another website. I didn't even see you. I just heard you come in. How we doing?
Snuck in. Running on fumes, but I'm here.
Yeah. The bets yesterday sucked. Sent too many of them. My fault.
Happens. Some bad turns of events.
Yeah.
Western Illinois and Air Force going to overtime.
And TCU and TCU, you know. Holy smokes, dude. Is it time to ring the bell? Are you a little nervous now? Maybe this is the kick in the butt you guys need.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, but for a team like who can't score anyway, when there's no Mike Miles, no Damian Ball, are literally only two scoring options.
Yeah.
Not going to say we should lose to Northwestern State, but like I'm not going to expect us to score.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why didn't I answer Trent's call? How did you know he called me, first of all? But I was in REM sleep when he called me last night. Got to get my 8 hours so I can get back in the lab after a losing day. That's the biggest recipe for a winning day is sleep. It really is. Maybe you need to take a page out of that playbook, Jovan. You look tired.
Yeah, I'm a little tired.
You look tired. That's all right. I'll carry today. You came in at a perfect time. We were talking about why the hell Bradley's minus 6.5 against Amani Bates, who looks like him.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, I respect that Bradley team. I mean, they have a lot of guys coming back, but I mean, Amani Bates and that offense with Farrakhan too, they look like the real deal. So I know there's been a pretty decent line move. I think it opened 9.5, 8.5, or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, that's all I'm seeing is Eastern Michigan money line tickets, which they either lose outright or just get absolutely drilled.
I don't understand this line. I'm trying to look right now with like the way that it's moving. I mean, it moved from it opened up at what, 8? It opened up at 9 yesterday. Yeah. Okay, now this morning, and I'm looking at this, I'm still getting used to this fucking site. I upgraded, so now we got some really good line movement data here. But it was at 8 this morning as well, and then I went to 7.5. And then immediately, boom, 5.5. What the fuck?
Yep.
Early this morning, and then went to 5 for a second. Then it went back to 6 at around 9:30. That all happened within like an hour this morning. Weird. A lot of movement early. I don't know. Maybe people were getting their bets in. Maybe there was some news that came out. I'm going to triple check and try to find the beat reporters and see if they're tweeting out anything. But it seems to have settled around 6 as of right now. Maybe 6.5 on some books, but looking at Pinnacle right now, the juice is on the fucking Eastern Michigan. The juice is on Amani Bates, and it's heading that way. So we might be able to get a better number here. Is the line movement worrying me? Yeah, it is for sure. But at the end of the day, this line is still fucking weird, and I'm not going to get scared off of it by the books. I'm not. I'm going to be playing Bradley here. At the end of the day, Eastern Michigan is coming off of an insanely heart-filled battle against Michigan where they almost won. They lost it at the end. Amani Bates looked unbelievable. Everyone's going to be looking to back them today. Give me Bradley, who's looked like dog shit this season. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I can get behind it.
Yeah, grass. How is it weird? Eastern Michigan is not good. Michigan is not good. Okay, well, you seem to have woken up on the wrong side of the bed, Vegas Tom, today. Unfortunately, Michigan is pretty freaking good. And you know who else is pretty good? Amani Bates. And I'm not sure why he's plus 6.5 here to Bradley, who got absolutely clapped by Utah State, who sucks. So this spread is weird. 100%. 100%. Yeah, we want Bradley, Corey. We want Bradley. Yes, good. Good. talk about James Madison. They're a wagon. They are a wagon. I hate to say it. This school has now become the premier sports school of Virginia. Great. I'm in no rush to bet them -11 on the road at Howard, though. I'll be honest with you. I'm not betting that shit. No chance. No chance. People are sleeping on Utah State. Lauren, I'm in REM sleep with Utah States. They're terribles. They're terrible. They're terrible. How about Utah Valley against Wake Forest today, +11.5?
Maybe.
Might be too cute.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Okay. Utah State is really good. Catboy's Nick is saying, wow. Okay.
Yeah, have to disagree on that one.
Where's Bean at? Bean's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's probably a good thing. They were supposed to be good last year, and they sucked. I don't know what the hell that was, but I kept betting on them and losing money.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got a lot of shit to cover today. A lot of college basketball games to dive into, but wow, they're top 50 in KenPom. Sure. All I remember is losing copious units on them last season when they continued to – they were supposed to cover night in, night out. They never did. They sucked. How about Louisiana Tech, eh? Sure, Luke.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone hated it. That's why it hit.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom. Yesterday, not our best day. Today, we're coming with fire. There's some plays I like better today. But before we dive in, let's go over who's hot, who's not. We're going to run this segment pretty quick today. If you're ready for it, we can dive right in, cut the shit, and get right into college football. You ready?
Yep.
Sure. Who's hot in college football right now? How about UConn? How about the UConn Huskies, who are bowl eligible for the first time in like 10 years or 8 years or some shit? Good for them. Their program was dead. I'm pretty sure you were on them this past weekend too. Good fucking bet. Don't let the UConn Huskies get hot. And I'm not talking about on the hardwood. I'm talking about on the gridiron, okay? This football team is back. The program has been absolutely unearthed from the fucking crust. It's alive again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable job by their coach, too. Insane job, insane turnaround. Shout out UConn, a program that was one of the worst in college football. Now they're going to end with a winning record, potentially. So good for them. Good for them.
Yeah,
Who do you got?
Look at UConn.
Sure.
For me, I'm going Harold Perkins for LSU. That was, I mean, from watching that game and being on Arkansas, absolutely my worst enemy. Don't know how they covered that game, but they did. That was one of the most dominant performances I've seen from a defensive player ever. Like in the time that I've watched college football. I mean, 8 tackles, 7 pressures, 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles on less than 20 pass rush attempts. Like that's absolutely insane. And he was running down track star Arkansas quarterback who, like, obviously was pretty telegraphed everything that he was going to do. You knew he was going to try and run out of the pocket, but he was chasing him down. Yeah.
He's giving you Micah Parsons vibes, though?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he looked absolutely ridiculous, and he was chasing down the track star quarterback he's one of the fastest players they're talking about in all of college football in like the last 5 years. And he was chasing him down with ease. So like what he was doing on defense for that team, that was an absolutely ridiculous performance. And he is shooting up his draft stock by the minute. He was doing it all with the flu too, big flu game guy. So it was a ridiculous performance.
Okay. I wish North Texas took a page out of their playbook. Damn it. All right. Harold Perkins. I like it. Who's not in college football right now? I've got Oregon. Looks like Oregon is finally dead. It was a hell of a run. It was a hell of a try by our guy, Bo Nix. He did all he could. He got knocked out of the last game, and they ended up losing to our boys, Washington. It was a hell of a run, Oregon. That team, I still stand by it. When they're playing their best ball, they could beat anyone in the country. Yeah. So it's a shame we're not going to be able to see them in a year where there's only 4 teams in the playoffs. This is the exact reason why I want more teams in the playoffs, to get a team like Oregon in, who is really fucking good, in my opinion, and has had a couple bad Saturdays that have cost them the season. Shout out Bo Nix. Hell of a job this season, even though he got hurt last game. It was a great run. Great run, buddy, but Oregon's dead. Stick a fork in them. They're toast. All right?
Yeah.
Yep. Who do you got?
I mean, you know who I'm going to say for who's not, right? Bum-ass Quinn Ewers and the Texas Longhorns. Guy who looked like a freshman. We were hearing all week that he was going to tear up the TCU defense, which has been really, really bad. And what do you know? He can't do shit because the TCU defense showed up and Quinn Ewers was not on his game. He missed a lot of passes, so I don't want to give the defense too much credit, but he didn't look very good. He looked like the 19-year-old kid that he is after everybody was praising him all week, all year, whatever you want to call it. So they have a long way to go as an offense, as a team, him individually, as a player. So we'll be seeing.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, they can have. Sorry, he'll have plenty of practice when they're in the Texas Bowl with Ball State or somebody.
When they're in the Trojan double ribbed condom bowl.
Yeah, they're in the Bang Bros Bowl.
The Bang Bros Bowl.
Yeah, I'll be seeing them.
And Lauren has just left the stream. Okay. Jovan.
Yeah.
Nice. Unbelievable. Lauren, they've got some good years ahead of them. If you want to trade schools, you can be a VT fan. If you want, I'll switch with you. Okay. All right. Let's go NFL. Who's hot right now? Left hand up. Left hand up. Who are we? The fucking Manders. Let's go. 5-5. An incredible run. We've won 4 of our last 5 games. Don't let the Manders get hot. The run game looked great. The defense looked okay. The ball bounced our way. Heineke made some big throws. Our O-line has looked significantly better. Our D-line is the best D-line in the nation. Best D-line in the NFL right now. And guess what? Chase Young's coming back next week. I wouldn't want to play the Manders right now. And guess what? Taylor Heineke, for some reason, he's got some fucking magic in his arm. Plain and simple. He wins football games. So the Manders are hot. I wouldn't want to play this squad. They're weird. There seems to be some magic in DC right now, and I'm fucking in. Let's go. Terry McLaurin, lead this team to victory. Lead this team to the playoffs. Left hand up. Who are we? The goddamn Manders. Holy fuck. What a game last night. What a game last night.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
I mean, you know who I'm going to say here too? I'm going to say the quarterback of this team right here. Tom Brady. Sure. Yeah. 2-0 after the divorce. But I mean, honestly, as much as he looks good and looked good, in the last drive, I guess, of the Rams game and then starting, this week against the Seahawks, he looked good. Absolutely. But the offensive line has been really, really good in the last 2 games, which has been huge. Not only that, but Rashad White is now going to be RB1 going forward.
Oh, yeah.
Partially, I've been waiting for this. Partially because of an injury. Lenny, I think he hurt his hip or something. But
what's going on with Lenny? Because I know you guys have a bye this week.
Yeah, I mean, he has a hip injury, but after that performance, regardless of if he comes back healthy or not after the bye, I just don't see any situation where Lenny starts. I mean, Rashad White technically got to start this week anyway. He came out first drive, but Rashad White looked really, really good. And a part of it was the offensive line actually looking competent for once against a Seahawks. The Seahawks defense is not terrible. I mean, they've been playing a lot better than I think they are the last couple of weeks, but offensive line dominated for a lot of that game. Offense looked crisp. They looked good. So going forward, I mean, I'm not going to act like they're the best team in the NFC or anything, but they don't have to be to get into a good position to win some games in the playoffs. So it's a scary sight for some people going forward. Especially Giselle has a new man that we've been seeing.
Wow, no way.
So,
no way.
So,
already?
I mean, I wouldn't want to play Tom these next couple weeks.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, you know what? Tom has a new lady as well, although it's a lady he's very familiar with. Lady football. All right? And he would never cheat on her. All right? Thank you, Tom. You are our GOAT. You are our GOAT, Tom. All right? Keep doing you. You're a king. All right. That's just wild to me. We're not going to go into that, though. Okay. We're not going to go into that shit. Anyway, this is not a fucking relationship show. All right. Who's hot in the NFL? The Manders and Tom Brady. Who would have thought I'd be saying that a month ago? Yeah. Not I. Fuck yeah. Who's not right now? Josh McDaniels. Talked about it last week. Not a single person who had to win more last week than Josh McDaniels. And you lost to a guy making his first NFL coaching appearance with, a guy calling plays who's never done it before. You're a bozo. You're going to lose your job, unfortunately. Not rooting for that, but you're not a good head coach. The Raiders are once again another year in piss for Derek Carr and the Raiders. Time to try something new. Raiders are toast. They got to try something else. Just hasn't worked, and it's hard to see. Reminds me of watching my Manders, plain and simple. So who's not right now in the NFL? Yeah, I'd say Josh McDaniels. He's not it. Hate to say it.
Yeah. That was mine too, but I can go with another
Okay.
one. I can say the Browns because I mean this is a team that I
Okay.
feel like we look at every week. I mean, I fell victim to it this week, and they're always in the position where they can put it together. I mean, the run game, like I guess this is more of a Kevin Stefanski thing too. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, I mean, especially Chubb, obviously not getting the ball nearly as much as he should is a reason why this team is struggling to put it together, week to week. And this is not to take any credit away from the Dolphins because the Dolphins are definitely that good. That's another team who's obviously very hot, but it's pretty obvious. But yeah, they don't have any plan. I feel like they're kind of in limbo, waiting for Deshaun Watson to come back. They're not really trying to win. DeGen has said the same thing every single week, which is 100% true. Stefanski doesn't really realize that Jacoby Brissett is his quarterback. He thinks he's still playing with Deshaun Watson, which is why he lets him throw 30, 40 times a game. But, yeah, I mean, this team is all the talent on paper and just can't put it together just like always, and they're not going to figure it out.
Agreed. I was hoping they could limp to the finish line or at least to get back that piece of shit Watson at QB as someone who has their win total over. I deserve to lose that betting on a win total over with a piece of shit at QB like that. So that's on me. Yeah, Hovey, we are the Commanders. Sure we can. And Ricky Rose, do not let the Packers get hot. That's correct. Don't let them get hot. Cowboys are in piss. Division's wide open. Kind of. Not really. Playoffs are wide open. All right, college basketball. Who's hot right now? Amani Bates is hot right now. Sucks for him because if we did the segment tomorrow, I wouldn't be saying him. But he put up 30 points against Michigan. That was an underrated performance, an underrated game. I think he needed that more than air, to be honest with you, to just know that he still had it in him against a high-quality opponent like Michigan. So he's got to be feeling pretty good after that performance. But like we've already talked about, Bradley laying 6 against this Eastern Michigan team after almost beating Michigan. Pretty sus, pretty weird. So this might be the only time I could really say Imani Bates is hot right now, but he deserves it. And I'm rooting for him. We all are. He's gone through some shits. He's kind of an idiot with, the gun thing, whatever. But he's a kid. So hopefully he figures it out. And I want to see good basketball. So hopefully he plays well. Would love to see this kid in March. But shout out to Imani Bates. He deserves it. What do you got?
Yeah, go with the Southland. I'm going to be biased here. They've had a lot of.
Hold on. What are people saying? People are putting words in my mouth. I never said Watson was back this week. He's not back this week. He's back soon. Continue.
All right. But I'm going to go with the Southland because they've had a couple of games against these, higher quality opponents that they've come on top of. We're not even going to talk about what happened last night with Northwestern State coming into Fort Worth and beating TCU, but bad team, but that's a great result for that program. I think that's one of their first, I think they said power conference win ever. And there's a lot of these teams that are doing that. I mean, even the bottom tier teams, we saw Texas A&M Commerce go into Air Force and get their first career D1 win. Southeastern Louisiana, they went into Wyoming at elevation and got a win outright. And then, on the top of the conference, Corpus Christi looks like the real deal, which is a team that I kind of doubted coming in, but they're showing to be pretty legit. Nichols hasn't really been able to show it yet, but they've looked, decent against a lot better competition than them. So I don't know, this conference, while it's not going to be fantastic because it's the quality of teams, I think across the board it could be one that makes stuff pretty interesting for the rest of the non-con season. So I'm going to go with the Southland. They look really good.
The Southlands. The conference very near and dear to your heart, huh?
Near and dear. That's right.
Yep. All right. Well, who's not right now? I'll keep this short and sweet. It's TCU, so we'll move on. What do you got? Not going to go into it. We'll leave it at that. What do you got for who's not?
Well, if we're just going to keep it short and sweet, we know who's not hot. I mean, add Ellis or add FSU to the list, add Louisville to the list, add Florida to the list. It's all pretty similar scenarios, but maybe not as bad, except for FSU.
Okay.
We'll see. I guess Louisville's worse too.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we need our guy DeGen back. I know. I think he's been actually doing work for his job. So can't really hate him for that. All right. What's
I
up,
think he's
DeGen?
back. I think he's pretty
He's
back.
back. He's back. All right.
Blue game.
Well, that's who's hot, who's not in the sports world. Hope that got you guys updated a little bit. Let's cut the shit and let's dive into action really quick. We got some games tonight. And then we're going to end with college basketball, obviously. And I know there's a 5 o'clock game that you guys are absolutely itching to talk about. We're going to talk about Stonehill Providence. Do not worry, okay? Do not worry. But first, action, okay? Ohio and Ball State. Is this finally the day we get to take Ball Sack State? Getting 3.5 points here at home against trendy Ohio's. Ohio, who looks like the best team in the MAC right now. Ohio, who has an absolute electric factory at QB and wide receiver, the Ohio State transfer. Do we finally get to take Ball Sack State? I think we do. Them only getting 3.5 points here at home, in my eye, is a little bit weird, and I want to take them. I like the splits. I like that they're coming off a loss, and I like that Ohio has been absolutely on fire, a covering machine.
Yeah.
Covering and winning their last 5 games. So give me Ball Sack State.
Covered, I think, every game against the spread and MAC play, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, with the goat at running back for Ball State here, I think he's gonna have a day, especially because I think there's some weather concerns, as there usually is, random MAC games in the middle of the week in November. So this is going to be a game that's decided on the ground, and I think Curtis Rourke is going to be a little uncomfortable with that defense too. So give me Ball State. Be lying.
We finally get to take them. Don't let Ball Sack State get hot. Let's
go. Don't let them. Yeah, Carson Steele.
I'm sure there'll be. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a time we get to take Ball Sack State in college basketball too.
Yeah, probably pretty soon.
Capwise, Nick, you guys are doing a sweat stream tonight. W.
Fire.
W. Okay. But yeah, give me Ball Sack State plus 3.5. Ground and pound game. Weather's bad. Bada bing, bada boom. All right.
Yeah, I will say this for all the weather concerns I have seen. I don't know how severe it is, but I mean, I've seen a lot of talk about it, and that total is still at 57, which is
okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it opened up at like 55.
Yeah,
so that's weird. Okay. All right. Bowling Green and Toledo's. Here's the total sitting around 50 in the MAC that opened up at 52. Yeah. It's going down. I could get behind the under in this game. On paper, this probably should be a blowout, to be honest with you. Toledo is very fucking good, and Bowling Green is not. Plain and simple. I'm not even trying to get cute really here and take the plus 17. I don't like the way the line's moved. I'm in no rush to fade this Toledo team that's really trying to finish the season strong and win the MAC. So if anything, I think I would take the under in this game.
Oh, yeah.
I really like the splits for the under. I like the way it's moved. And like I've talked about on here a bazillion times, when you see a max in total at 50 or lower, probably for a reason. And you want to be on the under. It'll win more times than not. Okay. That's where I'm at in this game. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm in the same place. I think this game is going to go one of two ways. I think it's going to be either just a straight Toledo blowout, kind of similar to what we saw last week, I believe. What happened to Bowling Green? What was it, like 40-6? Yeah, 40-6. I think it's either going to end up like that, or if somehow by the grace of God Bowling Green stays in this game, it's going to be a super, super ugly game. So that's the only two ways I see this playing out. And sure, can Toledo put it up? Most of the stuff on their own, most of the points on their own, but I don't see it being enough. And like you said, MAC total at 50 or under. See what those do.
It's a good sign. Okay. Well, there's your daily dose of action, your daily dose of college football. If the Manders weren't enough for you last night, there you go. Get your fix tonight. Take fucking Ball Sack State plus 3.5 and take the under in Bowling Green. Okay. There you go. Real quick, let's hop to the NBA. Only 5 games.
Shout out to Jen.
We got some sub bangs from DeGen. The GOAT. He is back. Confirmed. Let's go, DeGen. I appreciate you. You're a beast.
Is that true?
Bradley's up to 6.5?
Is that true?
Let me look. What time is that game at?
It's a great question. Fantastic question.
Let's see.
Heineke MVP.
Heineke. Let's go, Heineke's. Fucking dog, bro. He's an absolute dog. Here it is. Okay. I'm not seeing 6.5, but maybe on your book you're seeing it.
I didn't see it. Somebody said that in the chat.
Yeah, FanDuel has 6.5 now. That's weird. But Pinnacle and Circa both have 6.
All right. Well, we'll keep tabs on it. We'll keep tabs.
Okay.
On it.
I'm not in a rush to bet this because I think we might be able to get 5.5 for a split sack. I'm not rushing. I don't think it's moving that way, but I could be wrong. Okay. Yeah, mostly 6s around for sure. And yeah, Justin Fields also deserves a shout out. Uncle Phil bonus pick for NFL. Who's hot? Justin Fields. A lot of shit talk about that boy the last 2 years. He's been balling. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. Let's go to the hardwood, the professionals. Okay. Not going to spend too much time here. Shout out your Heat last night for coming through. Good bet. And also shout out the Hawks last night. They got it done as well. Okay. I don't know why I didn't just take M out last night. Anyways, Pelicans -4 against Memphis. Is that catching your eye at all?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It's just there's certain spots where Memphis is just super undervalued, and it's hard to tell the difference sometimes. It's like I would definitely lean towards the Pelicans, like especially with the injuries. Like that gives me definitely some concern.
No Bane.
Okay. Yeah, no Bane. If JJJ is back, that's interesting. But it's kind of weird. Like I don't know how to value
making a season debut.
Yeah, I mean I don't know how to value that team like with Bane out, JJJ in. What should be the true number? I don't really know. So that honestly,
Zion is questionable too. So I think you just wait on this one.
I mean, you should probably always wait when it comes to the NBA anyway. But I don't know. There's not too much on the board that's kind of calling my name. I would say the only one that kind of catches my eye is
the Kings.
But at the same time, this Nets team is so bad. Maybe Vegas is just kind of catching up to the value, but it is still a pretty decent deal for that Brooklyn Nets team to be underdogs to the Sacramento Kings at the end of the day.
Agreed.
But yeah, no rush to really get involved in any of these games.
Okay. What about on ice? The other games suck. We're not even going to talk about them. What about the ice? Anything?
Yeah, I would say it's not really a huge line play. I do want to kind of wait until some of these squares come out because they're starting to trickle in, I believe.
Okay.
They did just trickle in. So I'll be taking a look at these kind of throughout as we're talking.
Okay.
But one that I did have my eye on, I want to take the Sharks. Just straight up. Straight up. I want the Sharks in this game, which is a
you want the Sharks ML.
I do. I want the Sharks ML.
Plus 220s, plus 210s.
Plus 220. I mean, shit. Give me Sharks -1.5 too. Plus 400.
Bro, why?
Give me it all.
Menace. You menace.
I was talking to Fruity though. He said probably should only do it if Aiden Hill is in net for the Knights. So I'll be waiting on that. Haven't seen news on that. But again, we can kind of circle back to this at the end as I look through a couple of these squares to confirm where I'm at. But we'll see.
Our guy Danny in chat is saying the Clippers are the play.
Do I watch hockey? Yes, I do.
Clippers +7 on the road at Dallas. I'm not really in a rush to bet that with how bad Dallas has looked, but I don't hate it. That's a pretty fat spread for a team that really hasn't figured it out either with the Clippers, but I'm not really sprinting to the books to bet that, honestly, Danny.
Yeah, I'm starting to see some 6.5s floating. So, I mean, good sign there. But, yeah, these are just tough matchups, I think, today. It's a lot of teams that are kind of in that middle point as far as value goes, so I'm not really sure.
Okay. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Perfect.
Yeah, Sharks ML, little sprink. How about the Ducks being, almost a pick 'em at home against Detroit? Anything in that?
Yeah, I mean, I would be lying if I said the little move towards the Red Wings didn't give me a little hesitation, but I mean, the Ducks have just been so bad. I mean, Fruity's listening to this, cover your ears, but they have been horrendous. What have they lost?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. I mean, 4 of their last 5, and it's not like their defense looks like a high school defense, realistically. Like put 5 of me out there, I'm defending better than them. They're
Mm-hmm.
god awful. To see this at a pick 'em, which the Red Wings have kind of regressed a little bit towards
They've
what
also
they
lost
are.
a bunch of games in a row.
Yeah, but I still think in the eyes, like they're a pretty public favorite team to bet in certain spots like this. So I'm not running to do it, but it's definitely a line that's piquing my interest for sure.
Okay, noted. All right, let's dive in. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Providence and Stonehill. If you haven't heard of Stonehill, that's, you're a pretty normal person and you're not addicted to betting college basketball. So honestly, give yourself a pat on the back. Stonehill is a new D1 team in college basketball this season. They could shoot a little bit. They could shoot. And I think they could hang around with this Providence squads. I don't know if I'm going to play it officially yet, but I definitely lean that way. Providence seemed to have bounced back when they absolutely clapped Northeastern in their last game. I still think this Providence team has a lot to figure out, and I think they've gotten significantly worse, just plain and simple, just roster-wise. And I need to see more out of Bryce Hopkins, to be honest with you. So before I can actually say this kid's legit, give me Stonehill and the points. We've seen these new D1 teams this season, knock on wood, have been a covering machine, and I think they cover this game too. And I really like the way the line has moved from opening up at plus 25, now down to plus 23-ish on most books, which is pretty weird because all the money, shocker, is on Providence. So I like Stonehill in the spot. I don't know if I'm going to play it yet. Jovan, you done any research on this Stonehill squad?
Yeah. I've done a little bit. I think I want the over in this game because
Okay.
I'm a little weary of taking the spread because I do want to back them in some way, and I think the over is probably the best way to do it. I would say the split's a little bit caught my eye for this one. Nothing drastic, but at least less tickets, more dollars.
Yep.
But this is like I don't want to compare Providence and UConn and say they're the same team, but I would say UConn's looked a little better in their first couple games, at least more consistent offensively. Like talking about the game with Providence and Ryder, that's kind of where they fell short a little bit. But UConn in the first couple games against worse teams looked a little more consistent offensively. We saw a total of 139 in that game. They were seeing 143 and continuing to rise in this game. So I was looking into it. I mean, Stonehill, they're going to give up a lot of open looks from 3. There are a lot of 3-pointers attempted. I think they gave up almost 30 in all 3 of their games. And they're a small team. They can't rebound, so they're going to have to shoot by themselves too. I mean, they can shoot. It's going to be a kind of run and gun game, which I don't think Providence is too used to playing, but I think they'll be up for it. I just think there's going to be a lot of points. I think they're going to run. I think they'll be able to shoot with them. I think Providence's 3-point defense has definitely left something to be desired. A lot of open looks that have been missed against them. So I don't know. I think they stick with them. I think if I had to play a side, it would be Stonehill because I think they do shoot with them, but I like the over probably a little more.
Over's gone up. It's ticked up. I grab it while you still can at 145.5. If it's still available, maybe you can find 145 as well. Don't hate that one bit. Anything in this App State Louisville game, you're going to see people try to catch the falling knife here with Louisville. It's me. I'm the people. I don't know if I want to do it though. So any thoughts on this game? App State is not good, but neither is Louisville. So I can't really tell if it's sharp to bet Louisville here, or do you still fade that big name that carries some weight potentially with these lines being set? I don't think Louisville should be minus 5.5 to anyone at this point. They're terrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I would say more broadly the approach that I take with a lot of these teams, like a Louisville, like a FSU, like I don't want to say Florida because they didn't do it like over a consistency or a consistent like basis, but a lot of these teams that are bigger names, I just keep fading them until Vegas catches up because in theory they're never going to catch up because how often are we going to see Louisville be underdogs to App State when in reality they should be? So I don't know. As far as the individual game goes, I wouldn't try to catch the falling knife personally, but it's I don't know. Take the ML for App State if you're taking them.
App State ML small, maybe half you. instead of placing a full U on the spread because you just don't know when Louisville is going to break out and play like they probably should, or at least play better.
I mean, a lot of these, like it was the same thing like we were talking about with FSU and Troy last night. Like I thought FSU maybe had a chance to kind of break out and catch the falling knife there. I didn't bet it, but it was either a situation where FSU was going to roll or Troy was going to win outright. So it's I think a lot of these games with those power conference teams that are struggling are going to be kind of the same way.
Okay. All right. I'll probably stay off that game at this point, sit back and watch. Here's a game that I really want some action in, and this is one that I'm assuming the public's going to as well. This one's on ESPN. It's two pretty darn good schools. We got Kentucky's laying 7, open up at 6.5. Now they're laying 7 on the road, although it's a neutral site, so not really on the road, against Michigan State, the Sparties, who showed serious heart against Gonzaga in that game on the ship. Now, number one, can we take what we saw in that game in the ship into account for this game at all? Because that was one of the weirdest games ever, and one team couldn't even see for half the game, and the wind was pretty crazy, so you really couldn't shoot too much, and it was kind of just, I don't know, it was all over the place. What are you thinking about this game? I initially leaned Michigan State, but I'm thinking that maybe the move from 6.5 to 7 here for Kentucky might be a pretty bad sign for the Spartans.
Yeah. And my thing with them is, because I saw somewhere that Sheboy is going to be playing today, but in like limited spurts or like his shifts. I don't even know what to call it, but his time on the court is going to be shortened kind of in intervals. So with that, I don't know if that – I've been going back and forth to see whether that helps them or not. Like obviously having a player like Oscar Sheboy not on the floor as long as you want him to, that doesn't help. But they're going to have to be very physical with Michigan State, which obviously Oscar Sheboy can match that. But if you do have kind of rotating bodies in there, that may not be a terrible thing. So I don't know. I'm going back and forth in this game. Like I think I'm very high. I love AJ Hoggard. I think he hasn't been as good as I thought he was going to be to start the year. I think this is possibly the game that he really breaks out and shows something, because he's going to need to for Michigan State to win this game or win comfortably. But I don't know. I'm going back and forth in this game. I think Michigan State probably would be my play. Maybe early though, because I don't know how the second half's going to play out. I really don't.
Calipari released a video already coming up with excuses. Great.
Oh, okay.
What the? Yeah, no, this game, I can't really get a side. I can't really pick a side, so I'll probably just have to watch this one, unfortunately. Here's a game that we talked about briefly, I think, before you hopped on. I've already placed my bet, -1.5. It's Penn and Jordan Dingle. It's not even really betting on UPenn. It's betting on Jordan Dingle. Yeah. -1.5 on the road. Now we're seeing -2.5. We're seeing -3 on some books. Holy smokes. Give me whatever number you can get. Give me UPenn. They win this game on the road by a couple points against a Drexel squad who, in my opinion, has taken a little bit of a step back each of the past couple seasons. And I think they continue to as well. What I like about this spot, though, is that they're coming off a big win outright when they were an underdog against ODU at home. So that makes me feel good about the spot here. UPenn hasn't won a game yet. Last year, this team and Jordan Dingle played a lot better on the road. I think we see that again today, and I think the line movement agrees with me accordingly here. The line's moved from UPenn plus, 1.5, I think is what they opened at. Now they're, kind of a favorite and continuing to move. So give me UPenn, give me Jordan Dingle. They roll today.
100%. And I laid the money line, especially after laying the money line yesterday with Charleston after that big move, and being very thankful that I did. So, I mean, as long as this is not getting to a crazy, crazy price, I would recommend people do the same if they're taking this game. But yeah, this is certainly a weird spot. I mean, they haven't won or covered it at all, I don't think, either this season. And this is a Drexel team. Played one game, but I think if you look at what Penn's struggles have been, a lot of it has been their three-point defense. And who other than Coltrane Washington for Drexel is really going to not just like be good from three, but like shoot it all. None of them really do that. It's not how they play. They play it pretty in the inside out if they need to. So I just don't see them really doing much. And I think the line move is a pretty good indication of what to expect here.
Sharps are on UPenns. Let's see how it plays out. Do you think at this point you'd rather take the ML just in case it's like a Charleston situation? What are you thinking?
What's it at now? What's the money line price at?
Let me pull up the actual updated odds. Give me a second, okay? Why don't you talk about this Queens game while I look, because I'm thinking about playing Queens again today. Yep, the wagon.
Yeah,
Queens.
I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, this LaSalle team. I think this LaSalle team, initially is one of the teams that I looked at and I kind of thought would be one of the sleeper teams to kind of contend in the in their conference. And to see this line where it is against a Queens team like this Queens team, I don't know how many people are up on kind of scrimmage news. And I don't know how much I want to talk about it, but at the same time, when you're a new D1 team and you go in, you compete against a lot of these higher, Division I teams that you're going to face, and even teams that are better than the ones that you're going to face in the season, and you compete and you keep it close. That says something. I mean, they're a team that 100% can compete with pretty much anybody that they're going to play in their non-conference schedule. So to see this line where it is too, I think is very telling, and they're just going to compete.
Yeah, they are getting more handle, but way less bets. So some bigger bets are coming in on our Queens team here. I mean, Queens point guard is actually really fucking good, and I don't really know why he's playing there, to be honest with you. So, yeah, so he's going to ball again today against LaSalle. I think LaSalle sucks, and they're coming off a win against Wagner. It looks better than I think it was. I think that Wagner team has seen better days, and they also, hung in there against Villanova. So stock is high on this LaSalle squad after a couple of games, and this spread only being at 6.5 against a school that most people haven't heard of tells me you take Queens and you don't blink twice. You just lock it in.
Yeah, which is them.
Yeah, and our guy in chat saying got to ride these new D1 teams. They're covering like crazy. Yeah, I agree.
100%.
I will say that scares me a little bit, but they will adjust. Maybe they haven't yet. Maybe we can sneak another one out of them. All right. Yeah. What's up, Ken? How we doing in chat?
One game that's really been catching my eye.
Give me.
New Mexico and SMU.
Give me that.
I think we get points in this one. I want the over. This New Mexico team is like one of those teams that I put into the category of they're not a South Dakota State of last year. I guess they're the same thing this year, but like South Dakota State is a team that plays with a lot of pace and they just jack threes, and they're a pretty small team, so it's all based on guard play. New Mexico's different. They're one of the teams that plays fast and they run to the rim. They get to the free throw line. So just on the baseline against an SMU team that is one of the most, they give up one of the most fouls, and they have for quite a few years. And even this year, averaging 22.5 in their first two games. That gives me some serious cause for concern. So I think this game is going to be an absolute shootout. They're going to be run to the rim. Their interior defense, the SMU's interior defense is not good. And their center, if you want to talk about their big man, he is the main culprit of their fouls because he doesn't know how to play defense right. He fouled out first game, 3 fouls second game. He doesn't know how to play defense without fouling. So against a team that's strictly going to rim run, that's going to force them to play very fast and put up a lot of points. So SMU's defense is offense is certainly good enough to do whatever they want against New Mexico's defense. They're just bad. So
we've seen this line come down from 4.5 to 3 on most sites. I mean, this New Mexico team is pretty fucking legit. That's what
I think is the bet part about taking the over for me, because I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game. If not, New Mexico coming down and possibly winning this game. So to see it be close, obviously you want free throws. Obviously you want big rim run possessions come the end of the game. So I think we get a lot of those.
I mean, Jalen House is a bucket. Jamal Mashburn is a bucket. They still got some pretty good guards there.
Love Mashburn.
This team is, they don't play like a defense, but they can put up points, and they have really good guard play. So I could get behind it for sure. You prefer the over to take in the Lobos?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. We've seen it already tick up a point as well. Okay. All right. Let me mark that one down for sure. What are you thinking about Vancouver? What do you think about Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt.
You trying to snag Vanderbilt against Temple after that big Temple win?
Certainly tempting.
Yeah.
Certainly is tempting.
Yeah. Really short spread. Vanderbilt looks like shit. Why are they only getting 3.5 to Temple, who just beat Villanova outright?
That is pretty interesting. Let me check out. I haven't looked
Yeah,
at that game, but I can check out the splits for it. I want to see. I'm curious.
it is.
It's good. It's about what you expect. About what you
Sure.
expect. So I mean that total is pretty low too. I like that.
Lauren, I know Nova's doo-doo, but they're missing some guys still, and they're still Villanova. They're still ranked,
Yeah.
It's still a
Yeah.
huge
I
win.
mean, us in here know that Nova is actually not great because of the guys they have out, but you got to think the larger public perception. This team just came out and beat Nova for I forget the guy's exact comment, but they haven't lost that game by like single digits in like 10 years. And they came out and won that game outright. People are going to say, oh, they're finally, they're a good team again. That's how the majority of public thinks,
Agreed.
regardless of whatever they do against Delaware State, whoever it was.
Agreed. Well, I want to take them. I want to take Vandy plus 3.5 here. Temple is the public side, and the line has not moved a speck.
Did you see what Vandy did in their last game too? Lost by 12. Lost by 12 at home. The Southern Miss is 16-point favorites.
Dude, it's the perfect buy low, sell high spot that I want to take Vanderbilt. Yeah,
I'm in on that.
Word. Hell yeah, let's go. Trying to see the splits on this one. Yeah, 26% of bets, less than 40% of the handle on Vandy, and that line has not moved a speck. Yeah. I hope it doesn't fucking move. Freeze. Hold the line. Hold the line. We want that line to stay because that'll be pretty suspicious if that line stays with Temple minus 3.5 there. We want the public to load up on them and that line to not move an inch. Okay. And then we unleash the hounds on this Vanderbilt team that really cannot be playing worse. But I know they got it in them. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to.
Another one that's kind of in the SEC catching my eye. I mean, if you want to think about relationship to New Mexico, South Alabama.
Ooh.
They're coming off of losing to this New Mexico team. And they're 8.5-point underdogs in this game. And now they're going, I don't know why I don't know if they're playing at home or if it's neutral site and they're technically home or what it is, but they're hosting Bama, I think. And they're only 11-point underdogs. And I think that line ticked down from 13.5 or 13.
That's a home game. It's a home game for South Alabama.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Yep. Yeah, even better. I mean, that's a super weird environment for Alabama to be going into. That's honestly cool. I love that.
Hey, Stackhouse just got he just got renewed. He just got a new contract. So they like what they're seeing out of him, and I do too. So I don't know why they would give him an extension if he sucked. But we'll see. I'll be saying the same thing after they don't cover tonight. Don't worry. Okay. Give me South Alabama. This spread is disgusting. It's already moved towards them. They're home. This team's physical. I've been trying to find places, spots, ways to fade this Bama squad, who has a ton of talent, but their effort level and their mentals concerns me on the court. So getting a team like South Alabama here at home in front of their crowds, this is like their Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. I'm in. I mean, this feels
and
like
the spot. And the spot, too. They just lost to fucking New Mexico's. Bama has absolutely rolled in both their games, destroyed both teams. So
yeah, their defense has played really good too in those games, which I don't think anybody's really expected. Granted, they're playing, I don't want to say they're playing offensive juggernauts in Longwood or Liberty, but they're very capable teams, the both of them are. This total being where it is too, somebody's gonna have to score, and it's going up.
Yep.
And how much lower can you put it with Alabama's offense? I don't really realistically know, but I think this USA team can score.
This is a night game
too,
late
brother. Game too, yeah, late game.
Dude, this line is moving. Perfect. We might have to get this one in now. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I keep having brain blasts, and we might need to get this one in now because the line is not going to get any better.
It's not. That's the truth. I'll get that into. And yeah, it's a late game. So I mean, perfect time for stuff to get weird.
If you can find 11.5 on your book, sprint.
Yeah.
Sprint. I think I might be able to snag 11.5 right now if I lock it in. So excuse my bets being wagered, ladies and gents. Coins come first. You guys know that.
Always.
You guys know that. Always. We need some elevator music for when we're locking in the bets, honestly.
I mean, we still got the classic music on tap, right?
Let's go. Shout out Caesars for being bums and moving the line late. Let's go. Fuck you, Caesar. Hey.
Cool
Let's
intermission.
go. Sure. Yeah, Lauren, 11's fine. I know you only have one crusty book. There's only so much you can do, Lauren. There's only some. It wasn't even a chirp. Like you can't. It's just beat. I don't know what you're laughing at. You got one crusty buck too down there, huh?
Yeah, I got a couple. Not good ones, but
Shelly.
can we tell the frost? What is the Frosty 5? I have to know.
Yeah, what is it, Shelly? But yeah, I'll tell for the vibes for lunch money. Yes, I will. I will.
Short.
Sure. All right, I gotta get this
Ball
in.
low on Cal tonight. 70% on UCSD. Let's take a look at that one.
All right, I snagged 11.5. Let's fucking go. What game is 11.5? That would be South Alabama. If you have 11.5, grab it before it's too late. Hurry up. Go. But bet responsibly, okay? What game did they want us to look into? Sorry?
We're talking about UCSD and Cal, which that game's weird because I don't really know why Cal is favored, but they're also UCSD is very, very public.
Nah, dude. I like UCSD here, to be honest with you. But I hate the splits.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know. And I hate that it's going up to 2.5 for Cal in some places.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are people betting on UCSD? Well, the splits on DK are good. 33% of bets, 65% of handle on UCSD.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it moved, I think, what 1.5 to 2, and then they're hanging 2.5 on FanDuel now too, and PointsBet, a couple places.
Let's see. Let me see where it actually opened up. Hold on.
I think it opened up. It opened up longer, I think, and it came back, and then now it's back up.
Yeah, it opened up at 5 on some books, dude. Holy smokes. I like UCSD in this spot. I know Cal's been playing like shit, but Cal has that big name. Cal is a Power 5 school, and they're only fucking -2.5 to a school that a lot of people haven't even heard of. In my eyes, that's kind of the way to look at it. That's the angle. I like the splits, what I'm seeing right now on DK. And I think this Cal team honestly just blows.
Yeah, they're just bad.
And it's not even like UCSD is 2-0 here, coming off of some good wins to start the year. UCSD has looked terrible this season too. They haven't covered or won any games. They've gotten destroyed in both of them. So I like UCSD here in the spot for sure against Cal, a Cal team that's just not good. They're just not.
Yeah, they're bad. They're very bad.
Damn, that's a good eye. Sorry, they said they liked Cal, I think, which is beat, but
yeah,
UCSD
might have been on the other side, but brought up a good point.
Okay. Cal has that big name. Okay. Cal plays Nick. Come on, dude. Most of your jokes hit. That was a pretty bad dad joke. Okay. A couple other games I wanted to talk about. Let me get to them really quick here. We've got about 20 minutes, ladies and gents. Are you getting cute in this Auburn game at all with Winthrop or no? I don't think I want to play Winthrop.
Yeah, I don't really want to get involved in that one.
Okay.
Got nothing there.
What about Rhode Island laying 12 when they've looked like the worst team in college basketball against Stony Brook? Who's coming off of a large win, although it was against a random school, but Rhode Island has looked atrocious. They've lost both games outright. They've been, -10 or -7 in both those games. Lost both outright. A couple bye games they've lost. I don't think the stock could be any lower on URI. We know they lost a bunch of their players before the season. Not sure why they're laying 12, and they opened up at 11.5. What's going on with this? I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. Because you look at the 2 games they've lost against those teams. They were shorter favorites then for good reason. And I don't really see Stony Brook as being that significantly worse than either Texas State or Quinnipiac. So it's making me think exactly that they're rolling.
Ali.
So I like that a lot, especially like with the total being only 134. Like, not that I'm expecting these teams to put up a lot of points, but I feel like that total or the line should be a little shorter for a total right there.
URI's ass, plain and simple.
They're
Then
bad.
why the hell are they -12? I have no idea. I agree with you. They're ass. But when the lines talk, you got to listen, Colombian Andy. I promise. You'll be better off that way. Shaq Leonard out for the year. Damn. Brutal. Are we taking Stonewall plus 23.5? I think Jovan has a better angle on the over in that game.
Yeah.
So if you want action that one, I think you go with the over. Are you playing that?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. It's one of your favorite plays today.
It would have been a little more of my favorite play if it hadn't just gotten steamed up so ridiculously high, but
Yep.
I still like to play regardless. It's just a tough number where it's at, but I still think it's going over. So
Okay. Here's a weird game that I really think I'm going to end up staying off, but it's this Chattanooga Ole Miss game, dudes. Ole Miss has been rocking. They're 2-0. Coming off a big win to FAU. That was a sketchy team. I was on FAU. I thought they were going to catch them sleeping. They didn't. Ole Miss took care of business. Crazy nobody wants North Dakota Pacific over because legit it's going to hit 200. Okay, we'll
I don't want to cut you off, but we definitely need to go to that game after because that's an interesting game.
Okay, good. Well, do people still think this Chattanooga team is the team from last year that went to the tournament? Because they lost a lot of their dudes. And I'm not sure why they're only getting 10.5 here and that line is moving down. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think both these teams are overrated and they stink, but seeing this spread at 10.5 against an Ole Miss team is weird in my opinion still. What do you think?
Yeah. The question for me really with Ole Miss is just can they score like on a consistent basis? Because we've seen them get a lot of production from the bench guys. I've been seeing that everywhere. Like for some reason that they've gotten a lot of bench production. They're shooting out of their minds in some of these games. So can that continue? I'm not really sure. This total is coming down, I think, quite a bit too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's in 136, 135.5 now. So it's telling me this one might be one that just maybe they're not shooting as well. Chattanooga keeps it close. It's just going to be a lower scoring game that's really close down to the end. So I would think under here. Don't really love the number for this, though, because I do think Chattanooga obviously is a team who can just get hot and win this game outright, frankly. So I would be scared of that, but it's telling me they definitely keep it close.
Okay. And you guys want to take this Pacific North Dakota over that's moved up a little bit already? What's the read on that one?
That was Ollie's play, but I just looked at this game just to look at it because seeing Pacific, I don't really realistically know what people think of Pacific, but his teams looked really good this year in these first couple games. I mean, if not for a Mike Jones masterclass, they would have had a solid chance to win that game. And I know the line's starting to come up a little bit, which is good for them, but this North Dakota team is just very, very bad. And this is I think it's the most lopsided splits game of the day. It seems like, or one of them, it's close. Seeing 90 plus of the bets and handle on it for good reason. So it's seeming just like one of those random games that we've talked about, like the UIC game or something like that. It's just looking like that type of game. So
both teams have smacked the over in both their games so far this season. A lot of the money's on the over, not too much on DK. 57% of bets, 63% of handle on the over, which isn't too bad. And we saw the total climb up about 3 points already. Yeah. So I kind of like North Dakota to cover in the spot. I'll be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
But I don't hate that over.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's definitely a square play.
I thought so too, but I mean the DK splits are not drastic. I mean, 57% of the bets, 64% of the money.
Right.
I would have thought that would have been a little more lopsided, to be honest with you.
That's facts. And the total's gone up a lot for that to be a 60-40 split, if that. So
yeah,
I'm with you. Ollie's saying they despise defense. Ollie, have you watched the North Dakota game this season? Let me know if you have. I have not had the pleasure. And that's not even a chirp. Like, I genuinely want to know if you've had the chance to watch them, because I have not. I'll be completely honest with you. I have not watched the North Dakota team game yet. And I'm not really rushing to. Of course I have. Attaboy. Okay.
That's class.
Of course he has. Sure he can. EMU at Bradley. We're taking Bradley. It's one of my favorite plays today. I'll be honest with you. Straight up. Any other plays we're missing in college basketball today? There's a Marquette-Purdue game that's pretty decent. Don't hate the over in that game, but I think I'm staying away. Memphis-St. Louis game is interesting. I like St. Louis. I think St. Louis wins this game and covers. I might be on them as well. It's St. Louis's year. I don't even care about the splits. I don't care about anything. It was Memphis's year last season. I am so high on the Billikens this year, so I might have to put my money where my mouth is. And seeing them be the favorite here against a dominating Memphis squad from last season, a team that made a run in the tournament, I think it's definitely pretty telling here. And I think the rosters, if you put them up next to each other, St. Louis this season might be better. So I like the Billikens in this spot. I don't care if it's public. Doesn't matter. I'm taking them.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's too public for me because I think they should be favored by, a couple points more. But
wow,
I'm not taking Memphis either. It's not a confident piece for me.
Okay. All right. I might be riding that journey alone. Shit. How about San Diego State, Stanford? How about Stanford only getting 5 points at home against the greatest Mountain West team ever assembled? Literally the Avengers of the Mountain West.
Didn't you say that?
Yep. I'm the only one that has said that. Yes.
I would hope so. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting line. And the total is going up to 140 almost now.
Give me Stanford. I love Stanford in this spot, bro. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Feed it to me. I mean, I might have to be on that over. I just might.
Oh, come on over.
Yeah, that's to see. I mean, we saw it the last game for San Diego State, to see a total moving up, 5 points in a San Diego State game, which I know what happened last week, so maybe it's a little recency bias because of that. But I mean, the Stanford offense, I'm not taking a performance against Pacific into much of account. I mean, they just look terrible against Wisconsin, plain and simple. Granted, weird stadium, weird shooting setting, but I don't know. So it seems like a lot of goal.
I don't want to put that comment that's in chat on the screen, but did you read that?
Yeah.
Is that true?
I can't verify.
Shit. Sure. Interesting.
Okay, add the over my card.
What the? Okay. I don't think we're missing many. I really like that Stanford spot. I'm not going to lie. We didn't even talk about Duke, Kansas. I like Duke. I'll be honest with you. I like Duke here. I think Duke's team is just better. I really do. I think this Kansas team, I think Bill Self will have this new squad aligned a little bit better in the second half of the year. And I think Duke just has the best talent on the court tonight. And I kind of want to take them as a small favorite here when, Kansas is they're national champs, right? And Duke has no Coach K. Nobody's rushing to bet Coach K right now. Or Duke right now. Nobody's definitely rushing to bet Coach K right now. He's not a coach. But I like Duke here. I lean Duke against Kansas. I hate to say it. I do. And that's a neutral site game as well. Same with that Kentucky game. Okay? Yeah. I like Duke. What about you? Real quick.
I mean, I'm not playing anything in this game because it's a coin flip game to me, but I do lean Duke too. I think they have the rebound advantage, and that's going to be a big deal because, neutral site game, I don't think they're going to shoot as well. Like, everybody's not going to shoot as well in a neutral site game. So they're going to play faster. They're going to try and get to the rim. They're going to have the second chance points advantage because, I mean, Kansas is a pretty small team this year, which is pretty uncharacteristic of them. They can stretch the floor, but they're not big. So I think that's an area that Duke can exploit. Kind of same thing as I see in the Michigan State game, though. Like, if I were to take a bet, I'd probably do it early because I think over time Kansas may be able to wear them down on the perimeter, but it's not a confident play for me either.
Okay. All right. Damn, I'm sounding pretty square today. What the hell?
Square.
Damn. That's the meanest thing you could say to me. That's worse than insulting my mom. Straight up. Unbelievable. Kansas has no Bill Self right now. I thought it was just a 1-game suspension.
I think it's a couple, right?
Somebody confirm that, please. And also, yeah, Coach Shire does have the most punchable face in college basketball, but don't let him get hot. And he brought in the best recruiting class Duke's had in years. So I'm excited to see what Coach Shire brings to the table. And I'm trying not to hate him like I hated Coach K. Because Coach K got away with just so much bullshit for being Coach K, and everyone thinks he's like the greatest dude ever, but he did sketchy shit behind the scenes, just like every other coach in sports.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give them a fresh start and not hate their guts as much, but we'll see. All right, ladies and gents, it's time. It's time for the squad ride. Bring your fucking A game. Click your pens. Open up your notebooks. Let's get to work. Okay, Jovan, what are we throwing in here, bro? We throwing Ball Sack State in there?
Ball Sack State. Yeah, we can put them in there.
All right, Ball State plus 3.5. We want to put in Penn.
Yeah, we can put in Penn. We can put in Penn.
I like Penn a lot today.
What are we putting in? What minus? What are they?
I'm looking where the line is. Yeah, we got to take spread though. Minus 2.5. Minus 2.5. You want to take ML? You think this is going to be another Charleston 2.0?
It might be. Like I'm not against taking the points. I just feel bad putting the points in a squad ride when I have the ML locked in.
Okay, let's put in UPenn ML. Don't fear the juice.
Yeah,
Don't fear the juice.
People can take what they want.
It's what we should have done with Charleston last night. It's what we're doing with UPenn today. Okay, don't fear the juice. All right, lay it. When you have to lay it, you lay it.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt plus 3.5.
That can go in there, certainly.
How about your fucking Stonehill over?
Well, that's an early game, so I don't know if we need to put that in there.
Okay.
How
about Bradley minus 6.5?
I like the SMU over, and yes, we can put Bradley in there as well. SMU over honestly might be my favorite play on the side.
Okay. So I don't like that one as much as you, but I trust, and I like the way it's moving. So let's put it in. That's 5 plays right there. That's 5 winners right there, to be honest with you. Damn, we didn't put South Alabama in there. Fuck.
Ooh.
I mean, I like Vanderbilt and Bradley just as much.
We can ask the chat if you had to take out one of those 3, Vanderbilt, Bradley, and South Alabama, which one would it be?
Who do you want to take out?
Who do you want to take out?
Who do you want to take out? Let us know. Let us know. Stop saying I'm forcing this. Shut up.
Right,
I think people want to take out Vandy. Take out Vandy? Okay,
Yeah.
so now we know we have to nuke Vandy today. Okay. But yes, we'll take it out.
We'll take it out of the voting.
We'll take it out. Okay. Damn, you guys hate Vandy today. Holy smokes. All right. So we'll put in South Alabama.
Yeah.
Plus 11, because that's what it's on most books. So we got Ball State plus 3.5 on the gridiron. We got UPenn ML. We got South Alabama plus 11. We got Bradley minus 6.5. And we've got the SMU over, which is Jovan potentially favorite play of the day today. Sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. We'll see how it moves.
Sure. Stay posted. All right. Let's get that damn poll up. Show some heart. Show some heart. Our guy Josh, he's back. Josh, how you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well.
I do like Ball State, though. I think that's a solid shout.
Yeah, I'm going to be on Ball State today.
Yeah.
We've been hot with college football, too. Don't let them get hot.
Yeah, Maxon's been hidden.
And we're off. We're off. Wow, South Alabama is absolutely jumping out of the gate. Cool. You never want to be that horse in first.
You never do.
On that first turn. You never do. You want to be last. You ever seen that movie Secretariats?
Of course.
Pretty good movie.
Of course.
Pretty good movie. I am going to vote for UPenns, I think. I like UPenns. And I like Jordan Dingle. And he's going to absolutely tweak today. I'm very excited to watch this game. I like watching the kid play. It's like watching a fucking NBA player. I hope he ends up playing professionally, but he's very, very small. He's very, very small. But that kid can play. Holy smokes. Quakers are running away with it, though, chat. Vote for who you want. Vote for who you think is going to win. Okay? Remember, I talk about this all the time. It's not about who you know. It's not about what you know. It's about clicking the right button on the screen. Okay? And at the end of the day, you guys have been doing an impeccable job of clicking the right buttons on the screen. Straight up. So let's keep doing it. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. Penn is down to -2 on Caesars. Sure. That's scary. We saw a little bit of pullback at times last night with Charleston. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, UPenn is absolutely rolling away with it. You guys want to take Jordan Dingles, don't you?
Jordan Dingle.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. If you guys haven't watched that kid play, put on the game tonight. And also, if you don't have a second TV in your room, or if you're in college or some shit, pull that laptop out. Sure. Pull that old iPad out you had in high school. Use that thing as a monitor. Sure. Use what you can. All right.
Thompson confirmed for VGK. Is that true?
Who's the guard on Penn? What's his story? Jordan Dingle. Nobody knows why the hell he plays at UPenn. But the kid is an absolute genius. He's taking a very hard major. He's made it very clear that he's staying there to get his degree from UPenn. He's a very smart kid, and he wants a business degree from there. So that's probably why he's playing there. It's a great fucking school, and he's using his athletic ability to go to an Ivy League school, which is very smart. I think more players should do that, to be honest with you. But the kid should be on a Power 5 school, and he should be starting. He'd be started on most teams, straight up. World War III is about to start anyways. So if your bet misses, there aren't any consequences. I guess I need to fucking check the news.
We'll be seeing.
And also, is UPenn not Ivy League? Is that true?
I thought they're Ivy League, aren't they?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're Ivy League.
Okay. And why are people in chat telling me to pay my taxes? What the hell?
Poland hit by a missile?
Wait, what?
What?
What happened?
Charlie just said Poland got hit.
Oh. Wow. Well, I hope everybody's okay, and it doesn't sound like they are. Holy shit.
Oh, boy.
Prayers up for them. People suck, man. Why can't people just bet? Why can't people just let their anger, let their pain go with clicking buttons on the damn DraftKings screen? I don't understand it. Just bet your anger out. I don't understand. Hit some bets. Sub up a little. Sub up. Hit a parlay. Sub up a little, bro. I don't get it. Prayers to everyone affected. That's very, very sad. Terrible way to end it. Thanks, Jelly. Appreciate it, buddy.
Appreciate it, Charlie.
Let's go UPenn tonight. Let's bring this thing full circle. The squad ride. We got cucked last night. Western Illinois best player didn't play. That's okay. No excuses. We come for revenge on a Tuesday night with some great games. Jovan, let's attack the board tonight. Chat, thanks for coming. Thanks for voting. The squad ride gets back in the W column tonight. We'll be fucking seeing.
Yep.
We'll be fucking seeing, chat.
Have a